You know what feels like a win to me? This is something I'm experiencing in my life right now. When you finally find out and feel how to be in the present moment. That seems like a simple concept, but it truly has not been for me. And I don't know if anyone else can relate on this, but I'd imagine so. It is so easy to be in your mind. All the programs, all the predictions, our minds are truly not meant to predict. They're not built for that. They're meant for memory and they're meant for now. Solving problems in the now, doing math problems and shit like that. But the journey for me in finding out how to be in the present moment, oh my hell. When you're processing through so much grief and your own belief systems that you have carried for your whole life, honestly, there's many days, weeks, months where I have felt like I have been in my mind in the clouds, and you're like, I don't even remember what I did yesterday. I don't even remember how I got here. Drive my daughter to school, get home, and I'm like, whoa, I'm really glad no one got hurt just now because I don't even remember that drive. And I'm just speaking from the heart now because I feel present today and I'm able to reflect and realize there is so much healing that takes place in the mind. Mastering our mind is a process, but requires us to catch our thoughts and be in our mind. And then when you finally come down to the present space, which is in your heart, you're like, whoa, holy shit, this is so much easier. One of the ways that I have tried to be present, and it's not like I'm in my mind and unaware that I'm not present. It is like I'm in my mind and I'm like, God damn it. I wish I could and just be here now and be present and not be thinking about all of this stuff. Sometimes intrusive thoughts or just bombardment of reeling and looping. Oh my God, right? It's happened to everyone. I know it. Anyways, I see posts from like Deepak Chopra and Eckhart Tolle and stuff, and they're just like being in the present. And I'm like, how? Can you tell me how? Oh, you just let go of your mind and just be. I'm like, fuck. Anyway, so frustrating. However, I'm on the cusp of just falling over into presence. I spend a lot of days trying to figure my shit out because I'm the hardest worker I know. And when I say that, I wake up and relentlessly try to become better in my mind. And that is also a product of perfectionism. I can totally dip into the other side of toxic growth where it's like, I can't even see how far I've come because I'm so focused on doing more. And I've had to learn how to tame myself in that way. But it's just being is where it's all happening. Being in the now, I've noticed it's where I can play with my daughter. It's where I laugh the most. It's in your heart space. And for so long on this journey, I've really thought that focusing and using my mind was how I was going to get anywhere, which is how a lot of the programs in the world are. They keep you in your mind. And all of a sudden, Ram Dass taught me this way to meditate. He's like, visualize nostrils on your heart space. And Deepak, he was like, your awareness, your mind, your conscious up here. Now bring that down here. And you relax your mind, you start breathing through your heart, and you're like, oh, my heart has a brain. That's where I'm thinking from. It's like all of a sudden you're like brought into the now. And this is the space that's thinking. This morning, I was helping my daughter get ready for school, and we had a little mini earthquake. The mirrors in her room shook. And she was like, whoa, what was that? I was just sitting on the ground and being present with her. We were laughing about Steve, our dog, something, I don't know. He was just being funny. But we were together and we were present. And that little earthquake happened. I was like, whoa. She was like, whoa, do we need to get in a doorway or something? And I'm like, it's all good. She got a little scared because she was like, okay, what do we do in school? Everyone under the desk, she thought it was an emergency. And it was just like, you could feel it. However, if we were up and moving around, I don't know that we would have. I looked out the window and saw some people just getting in their car, and it was like, do-do-do. And I was like, we felt that. Aren't we so lucky? We were still and we were present and we felt that. She's like, that was weird. That was scary. I'm like, but we're okay, right? But you just experienced an earthquake. How cool is that? She's like, yeah, I guess. But I was thinking, we're missing so many nuances and so many little things when we are not present, right? God in the universe speaks to us in every moment. I can hear my mind rolling right now. And it's like, shut up, shut up, shut up. Right? How many times do we just shut up because our mind is telling us something, but then we come down to our heart and it's like, I'm just a human in this space, swimming around. Like, you have no thoughts that, oh, I'm not worthy to be here. I should say this, this, and this. Or when you interact with someone and you are grounded and present and you have this banter conversation that is so flowy and great. I love that. And you're witty and you laugh. It's fantastic. And then how many times are we in our head thinking, what am I going to say next? What do they think of me? What is going on? What should I do next? Like, our minds, in my opinion, what I have found, the best way to master my mind is to become friends with it. My mind is just trying to filter through thoughts and memories of conditioning that I have experienced in my life. It's not necessarily telling me the truth of this present moment. It's trying to protect me. So it was really becoming an observer of my thoughts, like, oh, okay, I'm fearful of this happening, but like, is that now? Like, when you have traumatic experiences happen to you, I had all of that happen with my husband and his family, and I've had experiences since then where I'm like, we base our now off of what happened then. Oh, I'm never gonna, like someone could say, I'm never gonna get married again. Oh my God, that was an awful experience. That's allowing your past to dictate your now. What if that was just a lesson? What if God just was like, you need this lesson, learn your lessons. But part of the lesson is also, you don't need to bring the past into the now. Because once you learn the lesson, you let it go. And it's like, oh, I'm born again today. What's going to happen today? Oh, could I meet someone today? Okay. Or, people that are like, I don't trust anybody. It's because they've had issues with trust in the past, right? Meanwhile, this beautiful, trustworthy, loyal person comes into their life and tries to be their friend, but they're like, have this wall up, even though their subconscious or their present self can probably sense that this is a good person. The walls that they built in their head is not allowing them to create a true connection of trust because of what happened in the past. So what I'm learning in this present moment is that nothing is meant to be brought into the now that's already happened and been processed then. And if you catch yourself having walls or stagnating yourself because of something that has happened, you've got some work to do. The most blessed indicator of, oh, I have some emotional work to do. I'm still holding on to that. And to take a look at it, to cry, to process, to realize how it made you feel. And I'm going through this. I feel like I'm constantly going through this, but it's like, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out, I can be present and realize I've healed a lot and it's okay to be how I am right now. But also listening to my cues of like, there's a wall up. Why? Is that my now? Is that what's happening now? No. And that's how you become a creator of your reality. You can see and recognize how we can carry fears by not letting go of things in the past or carry programs of things that have been told to us. Oh, it's supposed to be this way. And how that is creating your reality. You don't allow certain things to happen. You follow certain paths. You can see how that can create one way. Or you let go and you trust again. And you don't bring that thing into the present moment. And so you have that interaction with that person. You've let go. You know you can trust the now. You open your heart. And instead of bypassing because of that wall of trust, lack of trust, you meet someone new. And you go down this path. I mean, nothing's happening to us by accident. So it's so fascinating when we heal and grow and change, how that seriously changes our reality. We think, oh, terrible things always have happened to me. People leave and they betray me and all of this. And that creates a wall. And that wall leads you down a certain path. Because you're not allowing yourself to trust people. You're not allowing yourself to meet new people. You think that the world is against you, so you start to hunker down and try to protect yourself. Of course, that would lead you down a certain path. Versus letting it all go, realizing, oh, that was a lesson. I'm built stronger now. I have stronger boundaries for me. I'm still going to go experience life. That doesn't mean that that's happening every day, all the time. Because when you grow, you see differently. And then you start heading down a path, meeting people, not being afraid. Oh, that happened, but that's not now. And in my opinion, I think that's how God teaches us all. That's really the grace of God. It's like a lesson in school. You learn one lesson in math class. Okay, learned. Carry on. There's more lessons to be learned. And then once in a while, the Pythagorean theorem comes up again in this lesson. You're like, oh, okay, I know how to navigate that. But you think you're doing the Pythagorean theorem every time you do, math is not my strong suit. I don't even know. That's funny that this came up. But you're learning about angles and graphing and geometry, and you think that you're doing the Pythagorean theorem and you're trying to make it happen, and you're just getting it wrong. Your teacher's like, hello. You know what I mean? It's like the lesson is meant to be learned and you're meant to carry on. And that lesson, there's a reason for it, right? And so when you go forward, you're like, oh, I know this. Navigate, carry on. Oh, man. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy last night. Volume 2. It's my favorite. Remy and I love it. Anyways, there's a part in it where Peter Quill, he's got all this energetic power, and he first told Yondu that he's like, I fought as hard as I could and I created an energetic ball. And Yondu is the dude with the fin and the arrow. When he whistles, he's like, you think I moved that arrow with my mind? And he says that once, and then 45 minutes later in the movie, Peter's all bonded up. And Yondu's like, I don't use my mind to move the arrow. I use my heart. And what a fucking profound thing to say in the way of being present. That is our pathway to presence, is moving our awareness to our heart. When we're in our mind, we're just trying to predict and trying to remember and creating anxiety. But when you're in your heart, that's truly where the present is. You're presented with presence in the presence, is the statement that came to my mind today, which I thought was so cool. But it's like, that's where you manifest, is in your heart. And I'm on my way to becoming an expert. I am no expert yet, but all of these things are just dropping in and it starts to make sense. Now I get wound up in my head, but once I realized maybe my mind is just trying to filter out all the old programming. And you can step back and just let the traffic go by. Your thoughts are cars, and you can sit on the side of the road and just watch it go by. You can also run into traffic, try to stop cars, try to fight cars, try to change cars. And that creates interesting chaos, which we've all been in. Or you can sit on the side of the road and you're safe. All is well. And some days you're just observing a full-on traffic jam. But when you're observing it, you're not out in traffic trying to stop it. You can sit back and be like, wow, and let it pass through. The power of now. Holy shit. It's just like an ever-going onward process for me. But I'm in it right now. And I wanted to remind you that we all have the power to be present. And that's where our true self truly lies. In my mind, that's the purpose of meditation. And a lot of people, they hear the word meditation, they instantly categorize you. You got a label, you're a spiritual guru, woo-woo, whatever. But I also think that's a program of society. So it's like, oh, those guys belong over there. Because the last thing a society that is baked, made, and comes to fruition based on mind control, they don't want you to recognize you can slow your mind down and live from your heart. They don't want you getting still in meditation. And it's just a program. And it's just a choice. It's hard to uninstall programs. It truly is. But the only way to figure out how to uninstall it and find moments of clarity where you're like, oh yeah, is when you can sit on the side of the road and watch the traffic. And then when you decide to meditate or get still, you can walk away from the side of the road and go over to the waterfall, head over to the pond. I love water, so that's my calm space. Meditation allows you to become the observer and get still and realize you're not your thoughts. And in the now, God didn't write your destiny in society's rule book. He wrote it on your heart. Seems like a brilliant idea to keep us all real busy and away from being still. Pretty clever idea to make busyness, work, and exhausting ourselves look like a virtue, a noble virtue to have. And have the word lazy in society that people are frightened of being called. Your heart space holds answers for you that no one else can tell you. Nobody. No social media, no book, no information, no over data consuming on self-improvement. Your heart has the answers, but also the action steps. I've been in a data consuming reel before. Loop, I should say. You consume so much information in books and podcasts and social media and all this stuff that's well-intended, good intentions. I want to better myself. You have it all up here, but your heart's waiting to receive it. It's waiting to have all that data, which there's a good chance that your heart already had it, is why you're resonating with it. But your heart is ready to tell you, oh, okay, here's your next step. The power of now. Bless you, Eckhart Tolle. I haven't even read the book, but I'm listening to it. I intend to. But I'm finding it for myself. And I'm just at the beginning steps. I've been going for a sec, but it's like, the more you figure out, the more you figure out how much shit you don't know. So that's what I'm here to share with you today. The power of now in your heart. Give it a whirl. Stillness is what's up. I also like to be playful, fun, and be productive. I like both. But stillness, man, that's the compass. Your heart knows the way. Love you.